Hey guys, it's Matt, I'm back, and today I wanted to share something with you. If you go to our website, on the top page it says, don't compromise on the day that matters the most. And then it goes on to say, hire a photographer who will create images so special, you'll remember them for the rest of your life. And it's kind of funny language, and it's like, what does that mean? I've kind of worked through what it means to me, like why I'm a photographer. And you could read something like that and be like, yeah, okay, everybody says they take images that are so special and capture memories that are so blah, blah, blah. For me, there's a truth to it. And I used to be the type of photographer who would just, I was very like technical, and I wanted like everything to be really clean and perfect. And like, I would kind of overthink things. And I'm still kind of a nerd, so like those things matter to me. But I've changed over time the way I photograph into a way where instead of like shooting so much with my brain, I'm really watching what's going on. I'm really using my heart and the way it feels to be there, and letting my heart guide me on the way I tell stories for families. And so today I wanted to show you a family that I photographed this September. It was a friend, Slater. We tried to book a session for the summer at their cabin at Emma Lake, and it just wasn't working. And they have 2 teenage boys, and they had jobs, and we couldn't get it. I ran into her the last weekend of August, and we were talking about our plans for Labor Day weekend. Turns out we were gonna both be there, and we were like, hey, should we get this shoot? Should we make it happen? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. So we made it happen. I pulled up to their cabin. I believe it was September 1st. It was a Sunday morning. Everybody was ready. And if you've been following me lately, you know that I'm very like, printing photographs is very important to me. I create hybrid content, so I'm making keepsake films when I photograph, so I do photography and video. And to me, it's very much like I'm really pushed to just tell the story of what their life was like. I do the safe shots, so we started with photos on the beach, and they're beautiful photos. And they're kind of what you would expect when you would get a photo session. But this extra part for me, when I talk about images that are so special, you'll cherish them for the rest of your life. Those are the ones that really can capture what your life is actually like. And so if we just stopped there, they would have great smiling photos, and like they are good photos, but I think there's just more of a story we could tell. And like, I think I need to do justice to people's lives and like really create something for them that has meaning and artifacts of what their life is, like where they are, who they're with. And if you're a parent, you get it. Like, kids change so quick, like year after year, it's really different. And I think I get it because I have my own kids. I get that kids can change so much in just a year, in just a few months. So after we finished on the beach, we did something that really matters to me. And this was planned out ahead of time. We planned to just go on the lake, go for a cruise. It was a beautiful day. It was a little bit chilly that weekend, so people weren't expecting it to be nice, so the lake was just clear. So as we're on the boat, it turned out into the most perfect day. Troy and Jen, they changed their outfits, and the boys changed. They got into shorts and sweatshirts just for hanging out on the boat and going for a surf. And there was this moment where it felt like me being there kind of melted away. And instead of it being a photo shoot, it was like them hanging out as a family. And I think there's this magic moment where we crossed this line from we're taking family photos to we're hanging out together, and I'm just there. I blend in, and I'm walking around the boat trying not to fall when they turn around with the big surf waves. You know, it just turned into them being a family. Pointing my camera, I could just point at Troy driving the boat, or Jen helping get the line to the boys, or you know, the 2 boys, Tyson, Preston, just passing life jackets to each other or passing the surfboard. Like, it was just, they were doing something, and like I was just thinking the entire time, I'm like, this is their life. This is like real for them. And I think we were on the boat for about 45 minutes total, and then we headed back to their cabin. Before we got to their cabin, I was like, let's just do a few quick photos on the back of your boat. We lined it up so that you could see their cabin in the background and them just sitting on the padding over where the engine goes. It's probably my favorite photo of the entire shoot because Troy and Jen were together, and then Tyson and Preston, I told them to jump up on Jen and Troy, and their smiles were big, and it was like they were in their like lake clothes, but it was like that's real life. And then they're on the boat where they spend a lot of time, and then the cabin was in the background. And to me, there's like we could have stopped where you'd expect a photo session to stop on the beach, but like for me, it's like I want to tell the story, and I use like my heart to just feel like what about their life is kind of the most unique. And so that photo at the end was my favorite. And I know for Jen, her favorite photos were on the boat too. There's a really cute one of her and Troy at the helm of the boat, and they're close. And Troy even emailed me out of the blue, and he's like, I have it on my desktop screensaver and on my phone. He's like, I never do that. And I was like, that's awesome. That's awesome. We made something that feels like them, like something that he can look at and like is real. Not just a pretty portrait, but like a storytelling portrait, like what their life was like. So now I'm gonna show you their entire keepsake film. It's one of my favorites because I just think it really shows what their life is like. It was the only shoot this summer that had teenage boys, which, you know, it's really fun. They're not running around like toddlers, but they're fun in their own way. We just enjoyed ourselves. But before I press play, I wanted to extend an invitation to you. If you are interested in what we do, and you like the photographs and videos we create, but you're not sure how that would look for your life, we do this thing called discovery calls. And we do it with new clients and we do it with our existing clients. We do it every time we do a session. And for us as storytellers at MJ&Co, we want to come with an open heart, ready to just indulge in who you are and your kids and family. And we'll help guide you through the process of what a session could look like that really tells your story. I truly believe, because it's so important to us to get to connect with families and understand what makes them special, it's easy for us to make a promise where we claim that we'll create images so special you'll cherish them for the rest of your lives. Enjoy.